You know what that means, stick the tip in.
I just want to stick the tip in just a little bit. Let me see how it feels. That should be a coffee talk question. Has anyone tried to play stick the tip in? And did you fall for it?
Yep.
I fell for it. TT fell for it.
I used to tell her that.
I just snorted.
Do you think that would be like, it would be different if women had dicks? Would we just like...
We would probably be just like them.
Like dirty dogs?
Yep.
The only thing I'm jealous about not having a penis is that
I'm jealous of
I just want to be able to pee. Like, you know when we have to pee on the side of the road and you like it's obviously like you're desperate. So you think it's just going to come out like in the toilet, like it's a nice stream, but when you have to pee on the side of the road, it comes out like a sprinkler and it's all over your legs. Like that is a great advantage of being a man.
It is annoying, but you know what, Tara? They have things on Amazon for it.
Yeah, she gonna talk about it, go through it. She not gonna just walk around it. Heard what she said, she standing on it. Auntie don't play her, she says she straight. She hold it down for the fan. Hey, heel on the neck of the man. Quit vacation or toast to the sand. Top of the line and she ain't out of man. Not gonna lie, she gon' keep it a stat. Get out of line, she gon' keep you on track. Step out tonight, she gon' look like a snack. Don't raise your voice so your ass might get smacked. Head stay on point, walk around looking new. Lived in the 90s so she know it's cool. Focus on her, she ain't worried about you. This is top 3 and she ain't 3 or 2. And it's something you knew. Okay, she patient, but don't test her gangster. Ay. She got flavor, see.
Just said apple.
Get started. It's like,
We're gonna
at
do.
least say hello.
Oh, hello, people. Welcome back. 2022. She's gonna say it. Miss Lou on the mic.
TT here.
What's going on, y'all?
We're so excited. We just uploaded our 30th episode.
30.
Yeah, dirty 30. Yeah. I knew we would get this far, but they always say when you start a podcast that, you know, most people don't make it past 10 episodes. But we did it.
We did it. And we've been having fun along the way. And thank you for our listeners for tuning in and supporting us. You guys are amazing. We really appreciate you. And I love it. I feel like we've accomplished a lot in these last almost a year.
We'll be coming on a year on April.
Wow.
In April.
Okay.
We
stay tuned.
Uploaded our first episode the last week in March, the first week in April.
Okay, wow.
Yeah.
It just we've come a long way, and
the goal was to do one a week, but we're at 30. Fuck it. Mm-hmm. 30.
It's our baby. Yeah. It is what it is. So anyway, what are we doing today, TT?
Oh, we're gonna talk about that Janet Jackson documentary.
Control.
Like as soon as I saw that it was coming on, I was like, "What is she gonna say? She gonna say it? Janet gonna say it?"
Oh, but okay. We're going to talk about it.
No, we are. I think that, there's so much criticism, like everything. So, for example, let's not talk about Janet Jackson. Did you ever watch Sex and the City?
I have.
Okay, so
I have the whole series.
Okay, so
like
did you watch it all?
Yes,
and
everyone.
Have you watched the new?
I'm getting into it. I got all the way up into where Big died.
Okay, so the fact of the matter is like they've done it, and they're like, everyone's just criticizing the fuck out of it. Like, but I still like it. I still like it. And that's how I feel about the Janet Jackson documentary is that people are just like, oh, she didn't spill all the secrets. Like, let her be her. Like, apparently they followed her for like 6 Look at you. I can see. What are you thinking?
Eye rolling. So I'm totally opposite of what you're saying because I feel like she didn't give us shit. All the shit that we knew, like we knew about everything. We knew about everything. All that she gave us was like, okay, and
so basically what we have done for this episode is we've went through all the web opinions, YouTube videos, and basically the top 10 like things that we learned from the Janet Jackson documentary. So let's talk about it.
Okay, let's talk about it. Shit.
So number 10.
Okay.
You can talk about that one.
The prejudice as a child. Okay. So moving from Gary, Indiana to Encino, California. You're gonna deal with that a little bit.
No, but they were like so surprised that they were gonna have prejudice, right? So they even had these women on there like, oh yeah, I remember when they moved into the neighborhood and it was quite a scandal. And then she was saying like she'd go to school and they were talking about
touching her hair and
or
touching her
does your
skin.
skin color rub off?
That doesn't come
I
off.
wish they fucking would. Yeah, they did. I just said her name.
Right, and the thing about it though is they weren't really. Well, I guess they were darker, probably darker than most of the people in their school.
Well,
If they're the
I don't think there
only
was
black
any
people.
black
That,
people.
yes, Encino. I don't think at that time in the early 70s, late 60s, late 60s, early 70s that they had any black people in Encino. But they weren't too far because shit. What Compton,
I don't know where Encino is.
Inglewood. It's in LA. It's in LA area.
It's Southern California. I don't know.
It's over there by Beverly Hills and all that shit. Yeah, it's somewhere, I think. Anyways, I can't even tell you exactly because it might be out there by fucking Pasadena. I don't even know.
But are you surprised that they had to experience racism?
I guess. Well, you know what? I think it would be surprising. Look, okay. So let me back it up. Coming from Gary, Indiana, I think Gary was at that time in Indiana. There was a lot more African American people there.
Well, I think they came from an all black.
Yeah, all black
and then they
neighborhood, all
moved
black.
to an all white neighborhood.
All white neighborhood.
Is
Once they got a little bit
basically
money.
What the impression I got from the
Right, which spit it out, Janet. Fucking say it. We moved from the hood and we went over there into Beverly Hills and yeah, we got treated fucking different. Like what did you expect was gonna happen? Like I don't.
Well, she was a little girl. To be
Well,
fair.
sure. That's okay. That's right. That's right. That's
Let's
right.
be fair.
First of all, it's her parents' fault for doing that because they should at least come somewhere where there was a little bit more people where they were. But
Hey,
I could understand that.
Hey, they were
Moving on up.
Yeah, the
To the east side. So shit, fuck it. I guess it is what it is. But I do understand where, because I have been touched by different races like that have wanted to touch my skin and was just so amazed by how it felt.
I mean, look at
and all that.
the episode of when I touched your hair. And
Right?
No.
But yeah, so I get it. I get the racism. But I don't know. I think in California during that time too, there was a lot more. You've seen it a lot more and it was okay. You know what I mean? So
I think California in general.
Yeah, so I guess that's what it is. But I don't think they've seen a lot of white people where they were in Indiana and Gary.
But I don't think also like this was such a shocker.
Yeah,
That's the one thing. It was like it was such a shocker to hear.
Especially Joe. Like I'm sure he encountered all kinds of crazy racism stuff. So I'm sure he told them about these types of things. So she made it seem like as if they've never encountered any kind of racism or never heard of it or until they moved there.
No, I think that she was just laying out the facts.
Okay,
like,
maybe that was
like this is what it was. We were the only black family. They did call us the worst.
Yeah, all the time. And I was so offended.
My point is like, oh, was it such a shocker? It's not really a shocker.
Yeah.
Like, of course, like these people didn't know who the Jacksons were, nor they
didn't know who he. Yeah, exactly that part.
Until he went.
Because they were big where they came from. But yeah. Anyway, that's a good one. Okay, number 9.
Number 9, Janet's relationship with Tupac during Poetic Justice, or they didn't have a relationship, but like they talked about how Q-Tip talked about how he got to kiss her 20 times. Remember, Q-Tip was only in the movie for like 5 seconds.
I wanted to kiss him 20 times during that
he's
movie.
hot.
He is.
Oh yeah, but
me
he
some
made
Q-tips.
it known. I kissed Janet Jackson like 20,000 times.
I think I remember hearing about that too, reading about it in the Word Up magazine back then and stuff. How funny.
And then someone made the point that it was like, Regina King, so she was on there.
Oh, yeah.
And she said, I think they were both impressed by each other, but they didn't want to give each other credit. But there was never anything going on. There was no sexual tension
Between them, yeah. That's funny. And they ended up working together later on in life on a couple songs on the Red Velvet album.
Really?
Mm-hmm. Q-Tip and Janet Jackson.
You remember Regina King on Poetic Justice?
Oh yeah, that was my girl.
Chicago, you can't
after
get
I saw
your dick
that,
up Chicago.
Oh my
You
gosh.
dick motherfucker.
Boom. Trust, I was braided up after watching Poetic Justice. I told my mom I needed to have all that, have my white headband and everything. My
No, I'm
sisters and
talking about
brothers.
Regina King.
I'm just saying the whole movie,
That
just
was a
in
dope-ass
general.
movie.
Like her braids though was popping. I had to get my braids like that, and then I went and got the white headband. Is what I'm saying. So anyway,
Who did it?
Matter of fact, I might have to bring that back. I'm gonna try
Just
that.
bring it back.
I'm gonna do a little poetic justice photo shoot.
I mean, I've always loved Virginia King.
Me too, and I'm so
I think
sad.
the first thing I remember her in was Boys in the Hood, and then it was poetic. She wasn't in Boys in the Hood, right?
I'm trying to think. Was she in Boys in the
Yeah, she was. She was. Because she tried to drink, remember? She tried to drink Ice Cube's 40. She's like, let me have a sip. And she was like, go, 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 go. And Ice Cube was like, get that back, Fudge. Remember? I'm pretty sure.
Her?
I think it was her.
It could have been. I'm not sure. But
No,
my first,
she was
I
in
know
Boys in the Hood.
I know the first movie I ever seen her in, well, other than 227.
I forgot about that.
Other than 227, I think her first movie was Friday.
I remember Friday.
Where she was in there.
No, she was in
Sleeping with her hair,
with her hair.
hand.
She was
just
a
got her
sister.
hair done.
But no, she was in Boys in the Hood. She's been in everything.
But did Boys in the Hood come out after?
Boys in the Hood was before Friday.
I don't remember. Yeah, I don't remember that scene.
She was also in Higher Learning.
Yeah, she was definitely in Higher
That
Learning.
came out in 95, I remember, because I was scared to go into a movie theater and watch that movie
Why?
because you watched that movie and even I watched that movie and fucking hated white people. Like, who never watched that movie and didn't fucking hate white people
Higher
watching
Learning
that
was
movie?
the shit. That was the shit.
Especially when they killed Tyra and like the blood came out her mouth.
Yeah,
like,
that was sad.
Like, I was like, yeah.
I was like, Daisha! Okay, yeah.
Right? Who didn't hate white people watching Higher Learning?
So the funny thing about that though with Q-Tip, I always thought that I thought they would have made the perfect match too, but I was like, how they should have switched the roles. Like they should have had. But I guess he wanted the leading.
You know what?
Part,
No,
so.
they all had the right.
And I'm glad that he did. I'm glad that he had.
But
the
I
leading
could
role.
see Q-Tip and Janet
Yeah.
as like the cutest couple ever in real life.
I think he could have played a good Lucky.
No, Tupac had to be Lucky.
Yeah, because I couldn't see him being Chicago. Or
Who was that was Guy Torry? Who was Chicago?
I think his
Always
name is Guy
like,
Torrey.
Yeah.
Cutie. He's cute too.
I will never forget her when she was like, "You and your limp ass dick." I was like, "Oh."
I'm like, why she gotta go there?
But then you had to love Janet because she was like, "You don't do that to my friend." I'm
Yeah, she was like, fuck that. We're going to the top. I love it. But I like that maybe, at that age, they were in their early 20s, like you expect that there's going to be some kind of sexual tension. Especially if they're kissing each other and looking at each other. You know how Janet Jackson has those eyes and
But
she's
wasn't it
just
so
like...
sad when Lucky, like, they did their little thing and Big Sir under the blanket, they did their little...
That wasn't Big Sir, huh?
It was Big Sir where he stuck
that.
the tip in. See? He stuck the tip in.
Right.
And then he was like, "You're a slut." And it was so hurtful. Like,
No, don't say that about her. She let you have it under the
Remember
blanket.
part she was like, with the envelope, she's like, "Would you like to lick my punani?" Remember that? All these memories.
Hilarious. I love that movie anyway.
Because we could talk
All day.
about poetic justice.
All day. So anyway, okay, number 8 though. So this one for me, I always thought it was a lie anyway, because I was just like, first of all,
Well, what is number 8?
okay, so anyway, number 8 on this list was Secret Love Child during Fame. Okay.
I'ma live forever.
Yeah. And that
I'm gonna learn how to fly. Babe.
and so I remember watching episodes of Fame when I was younger.
Remember, so I think Fame, I'm not sure what year it came out, but for me, Fame was probably when I first moved to this country. So I wasn't really, like, I remember.
Did you watch Good Times though?
Yeah, but I watched Good Times in reruns, I think.
Got it. Okay.
I remember, like, the current things that I watched was The Cosby Show, Different Strokes for Different Folks. I love Different Strokes.
Wow.
Different Strokes?
Yeah.
Like, that sounds like a porn now. Like,
Yeah.
they could never name a show Different Strokes.
They would get in so much trouble.
Especially Different Strokes for Different Folks.
What kind of strokes?
Yeah.
Well, yeah. So in
Just the
Fame,
tip strokes. But anyway,
in Fame in the beginning when she started, she was.
Facts of Life. That's what I remember. Remember Facts of Life? You don't remember Facts
Wait.
with
Oh
Tootie
my God! It was Tootie.
and Blair and Mrs. Garrett. Mrs. Garrett.
I wonder if I can find that on Hulu. I used to like that show.
And remember Tootie was in roller skates?
She was all the time.
Hold please, everybody.
With braces.
So we ordered roller skates. We're about to get our roller skating on. So we're waiting for our roller skates to come in the mail with the pom-poms.
Pom-poms?
Yeah, we're excited.
She's gonna roll on it.
We're gonna skate.
She's gonna skate.
She gonna
stay tuned.
She gonna bust her ass.
She's gonna
she gonna come
that part.
in our next episode.
Oh my god! Talking about so.
Anyway,
stay tuned for that.
We digress. So apparently, she had a secret love child that Rebby took care of.
Reby.
Spell it.
Rebe.
Reby. Anyway, so
it's Rebe. Okay.
No, but
okay.
On the documentary, she was looking so beautiful. She must be like 78.
Yeah, she's in her 70s.
And she looks like 40.
Thank you.
Anywho.
She gets her gene. They get their genes from their mom because she is freaking amazing. And she's in her 90s. And yeah. Because think about it. If Rebe's 78 years old, damn near 80, how old is her mom? At least late 80s.
Anyway, so secret love child. Who's the DeBarge that she was messing with? James DeBarge.
That's where she fucked up. She should have been with Elle.
They all had drug issues.
No, but Elle was fine as hell. Like okay.
Well, that's why she was only married to him for like a year.
But I think Elle came later in life that he had those drug issues. He probably had them younger, but they didn't take over like James. Yeah.
No, but I think she said
I never thought she had a child with. There was rumors of all that because she gained weight. And when she first started fame, she was skinny. But she explained she was on birth control. Which
that's what she explained in the documentary.
Yeah, that shit does make you get fat.
Yeah, we get it. And back then, they're just like.
And not only that, the other testament to that was Felicia Rassad's sister,
Allen.
Debbie Allen. She's the one she was the main
every day
choreographer, putting them through all kinds of crazy training and dancing. Like she's like, there's no way that she could have been pregnant trying to do all these dancing and everything that we were doing,
Yeah, but I never knew about the Love Baby. I heard about it kind of in passing, but like I said, I came to the country in 1984, and I think that's when the rumor started. So.
Well, yeah, because what happened, I think, if I'm not mistaken, Rebe left the music industry.
Did she even do an album?
She has one or two, maybe. Maybe one.
Why wasn't LaToya even in the documentary? What happened to LaToya?
Why would she be?
Does everyone hate her?
I think that when she came out with all that stuff against Joe, that it put a rift.
Was it against Joe? Or against Michael?
Yeah, it was against both of them, kind of, because she basically was saying that her dad abused them and stuff and all that. She was the one that first started speaking about that abuse crap, stuff. Allegedly,
she was the first one to get a nose job.
No, Michael was. No, she was younger than Michael. Michael had the money at that time first, so. She did it first.
I think Michael paid for everybody. You think she paid for that nose job? Michael paid for
they probably all went together, going to a bar or something and just say, hey, can you do mine? Can you do Janet's? Get LaToya too. She's fucked up. I see it. So anyway, years have went by, all these years. Do you think that if I'm a child of Janet Jackson, I grow up, because she has to be clearly in her 30s by now, right? I would know I'm Janet Jackson's fucking daughter, looking in the fucking mirror every day, like, oh no, bitch,
they all look alike.
Yes, you feel me? All of them, even all the nephews from all the different, they all fucking look alike.
Well, just like all your brothers and sisters,
that part, all of them, can't be denied.
They all look like Lavinia.
Cannot be denied. Cannot be denied.
You don't need a DNA test. This is right there in the face.
Right? All there. So it's funny that a person growing up, and when the girl who came out saying that she was really the daughter,
did that happen?
Yes. And
must have been Inquirer, right?
No. So how I figured it out, what I saw it come out in the media, is I was actually watching Growing Up Hip Hop, where James's other daughter is on there, and she talks about how this woman approached her and sent her these letters and did all this stuff and claims she's a sister. They did DNA and came out that she wasn't. And I'm like, she didn't fucking look like her.
But the thing I like,
not light skin, not nothing, chocolate, dark, had a weave, all that.
But the thing that at that part of the documentary was when she said, I would never keep a child from someone I loved. And that's why you knew right there. But for me, I never really knew the rumor because I wasn't in the country at the time.
Right. And I think at that time, like I was saying with Reba had came out of the music industry. Rebby. And then she had Reba.
It's not Reba.
Anyway.
I would like it to be Rebby because I think that's an awesome name.
It's not Rebby. English lady.
It's Reba?
It's Reba.
No, it's not Reba McEntire. Maybe. Not
it's
Reba.
It's Reba.
Okay, you said Reba.
Well, you keep messing me up by changing the name. Don't change the name. I said it's Reba.
And you keep saying Reba.
No, you keep saying something.
Oh, I'm confusing you.
Yes, with your English accent and your little bunny ears. Good Lord. Darlings. So anyway, okay, so no. Anyway, let me go back to that. So
even know what you came back to?
No, I do because it was something valid, but I'm gonna come back to that later. So go ahead. She'll say it when it comes to be said. So anyway, number 7. Let's go.
How addiction affected her first 2 marriages. DeBarge, and she was saying about when she was talking about it, and remember she had that short haircut. Like, she just had this little innocent face. And
fucking beautiful.
Could you imagine her? Well, first of all, can I say this? Let's pause for a moment. Doesn't she look exactly the fucking same like she did when she was on Good Times?
Yes.
Her face, like, she has no fucking wrinkles, nothing. Her face is so exactly flawless. The same. Like, she could pass for a 20-year-old.
Yeah, she's 10 years old.
And it's not with Botox or anything. Like, she just looks...
No, I think it's natural because I think she really takes good care of herself.
She does. Mm-hmm. She's so fucking beautiful. Yeah. So that being said...
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. I just really hurt my feelings to say she, like, rolled around the floor with him, like, trying to throw his... Because I can see it. We've all been in relationships where the dude does drugs and you don't want him to do it. So you're, like, struggling. They're fighting you for the drugs and she wants to throw him down the toilet. Like, that just really... That part did hurt my heart. Not because it's Janet Jackson. I just think that is something that
no person should have to go through.
Correct. And then
at a young age too, because she was young.
No, she married him at 18.
Yeah, that's young.
And then she married that Renee, the one that boob hand man. What's his name?
I roll.
Yeah,
I roll for real.
And he had a pain pill addiction, and so. And
I always thought something was weird about that relationship.
Well, nobody knew about that relationship.
No, we did. Like, I knew she was with him because he was always fucking everywhere, every picture, every scene. He was always right there. And I said, she's with him. You know, talking amongst the friends and stuff, of course. And then when it came out, I was just like, I fucking knew it. Because he was just so weird and strange, and it seemed like she changed when he came into the scene. And it's crazy because you see that. I'm upset. I used to be obsessed with Janet Jackson.
Who wasn't?
No, I wore the black jeans. Okay.
Oh, so Rhythm Nation.
Yes. Okay. No. Pleasure Principle. With the Adidas. Okay. Get with me.
It's Adidas.
All day as you're in bus sex. Sex all day in Dad's apartment.
Wait, what?
Okay. So anyway, yes, those. So anyway, it was just the simple fact that she changed her music. Changed. It became a lot more darker. And I was just like, something's not right. And then when it came out, I was just like floored. And I was like, I knew it. And it was crazy for me. I don't know. I'm sorry, Janet, you had to go through that. I should have called you and told you.
You know what? She had our number.
She did.
She could have just called us.
But no, she didn't want me to get the weave connection. And she knew I would have been all in, like, girl, look at my baby hair right here. I'd have been weaved unbelievable.
Unbelievable. All right.
I like that. 6. Yeah, but that was sad. Yeah. Wait. We got to go back to that with the addiction. Right. Well, there was something else that bothered me, too, which every man in America would testify to. The fact that when she said on her wedding night, he left her there for hours. He didn't get it in?
That was Aldebar. Wait, James DeBarge.
James.
Yeah, that's how she realized.
That for me would have been this motherfucking flag. Like, dude, I'm laid up in here butt naked, Janet motherfucking Jackson.
Well, she probably wasn't butt naked.
I'm sure she was waiting for him when he said, "I'll be back." I'm sure she went and got ready, laid up in the bed with her little negligee. She did. They was already doing it before they got married. She was doing, so whatever. She was putting the tip in, right? So she was laid up, naked, looking pretty with her hair all feathered and red lipstick with her little doe eyes and stuff. And he left her there. What?
That's what drugs will do.
That blew my mind. On your wedding day, I wouldn't have cared. He wouldn't have cared. He would have came back to nothing. I would have been out. Like, nigga, my man, you left me on our wedding night here by myself. After we got in and said, baby, have a seat, I'll be back. Don't come back.
Not cool, bitches.
Nah.
Okay.
So anyway, I'm sorry. Go ahead. I had to get that off my chest. I'm sorry.
All right. So I don't feel like this one is something that anyone has. It's like a surprise. So her struggle with body issues. All right. So number 6, struggle with body issues. I think that one thing that I don't think we're surprised at that. It's obvious that she had issues with like weight gain and all this stuff. But I think the one thing that did surprise me is when they talked about on Good Times, they used to bind her breasts to make her look younger. Because she was going through puberty a little bit early.
That bothered me. Yeah.
So like
that bothered me too. That
that's
they did
crazy.
That. But they did that a lot through that. Because like even when they were talking about when Michael was little, like he was really 10 years old. When they were saying he was 8, he was really fucking 10. Like they were using this. Oh, I don't even know how to put that in words.
Like, could you imagine? Because you know how I feel. Like my youngest, she's 9 years old, and she's, as I've said, I feel like she's going through puberty a little early. But could you imagine like me binding her breasts to make her like
flat-chested type of? Oh and my God! It like, hurt the pain and the tightness.
Not only the physical pain, but just like the fact that like, oh, there's something wrong.
Yeah. Put that in your head that there's something wrong there, and it makes you feel like you don't want to have that because they're trying to get rid of it.
And that's the one thing that bothered me about that. And that bothered me. Of course, she's probably gonna have body issues because she's in the industry. And they want her to be super skinny, and we've known Janet. She goes up and down her weight.
Yeah,
and she's still fucking beautiful. And I think that's the one thing she's never really fucking realized is that. No matter how you looked, everyone thought you were like such a great beauty.
She have no idea.
But she doesn't get it because she's just like...
Because you sit there and you have this whole total image of yourself that's totally different than what you think what other people actually see. And you get stuck in that. And then you have that, like, you know, like, she was saying that Michael and her brothers, you know, they teased her and stuff about her being a eater and always eating and stuff like that. Probably
he called her donkey.
Yeah, that's.
And she even says like he didn't mean it. It's just brother and sister stuff. But that shit gets to you.
Yeah, but it does. It takes a toll eventually. You know, you're just like, damn, maybe I am.
Yeah,
you can see how that could be.
It sucks to be a woman. Fuck. Yeah. I can't imagine all this shit that we go through. Like all these things we're talking about, we've all been through. But to do it in the media.
She got through that.
You think she through it?
I think she got through it with her siblings, and they understood. They probably apologized for a lot of.
But even to this day, she gains weight and loses weight. And
easily.
I'm not sure. How old is she? Like 55 now?
She's 10 years older than me. Exactly. So she's exactly 55.
So I'm still struggling with.
No, she's 55, bitch. I'm 45. Don't take my extra cent away.
I said you said she's.
You said 54. I said she's 10 years older than me, which is.
So that's taking away a year from you.
Yeah, don't.
Oh, so you want to be older? Okay.
I need my year. Don't take my wisdom away from me, girl. I heard that.
Got it. I got it.
It's okay, darling. I'm here. Whatever. But yeah, I noticed that. Like even in the documentary, she still was a little bit heavier. I know she had a baby. No, Issa. How old is Issa? He's like 5 or 6. So it takes
that old. She had him at 50 something.
Yeah, so he should be like turning like 6 years old. So yeah, so I've always seen her go up and down, but I always liked the thicker Janet. Yeah. You know,
I mean,
what's the Rhythm Nation? Rhythm Nation was the one she started getting all her awards.
Correct, and then the one that came in '94, the Janet album. Dun, 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 dun. Yeah, remember that shit? Tell me that shit wasn't.
If I was your girl, the things I do to you.
But she was so skinny. She probably was like so unhappy, like not eating.
Oh, that's the way love.
That's the way love.
Okay, yeah, that was the shit. That Janet album was that's the
favorite. One. But that was just Janet.
That was. I think that album was actually truly her. I think the Rhythm Nation was her coming out of that darkness and just getting out of the bullshit. Even though the Control album was kind of the same thing because she was taking over her own business, But I think the Rhythm Nation was coming
Even
out of that
my
darkness.
mom had her CD. It was listening to Janet.
Yeah.
I remember my mom.
I think she had about there was only like 1 or 2 songs on there where I would skip. And that was it.
Yeah, they were all dope.
Everything else
and
was
they
good.
had the
Yeah.
one with the opera singer. Remember? Like, I can't remember the name of the song.
Now I have to go look for all my Janet albums.
And there was
now.
Again, and like, yeah.
Oh God, not again with the guy with the blue eyes, baby. I'm here.
I heard from a friend today.
He says you be in town. Oh yeah,
No, that was.
We almost did. That's she slept there with Mariah, like me. You know, her.
Janet's.
Yeah, she's
everything.
Yeah.
Janet's number one out of everybody. You can't fucking.
Yeah, it is what it is.
All right.
Okay, number 5.
Number 5.
Let's see what it says. Thriller was the first fork in the road of their relationship.
Because she said that Michael and Randy, like, I guess like the same with your family. Like, you have the upper siblings and the lower siblings, right? Like, you have the group of siblings that are a little bit older and then the group that are a little bit lower.
Right.
So for her, that was Randy and Michael.
Because that was when they were still together as the group, right before he did the Thriller album. And then when he did the Thriller album, he knew that he was going to be doing something kind of different. And so that's when he separated from the religious organization, the Jehovah's Witnesses.
Did he actually separate from Jehovah's
Yeah,
Witnesses?
he actually wrote a whole letter and everything.
Really?
And had it published, I believe.
So are any of them Jehovah's Witnesses still?
I believe his mother is still.
Because Jermaine said he's in the Nation of Islam, right?
I don't know.
I think,
but I know his mother.
I remember because they had this like reality show, and I remember it was like him. I don't know how long ago it was. It was him, Tito. I can't remember. And Jermaine, it was the Nation of Islam, and then they were joking with him because they were gonna like barbecue something, and they were like, "We're not gonna tell Jermaine there's beef or pork in it."
And that's so funny because Jermaine is married to a white woman, so I just thought that was hilarious.
Well, he was married to like a Middle Eastern woman.
Oh, maybe she's Middle Eastern. She looked white, but
I don't know.
Same difference.
I mean, I act like
with how she looked.
I'm like really in the button on what they're married to. But
I don't know about that one.
Jermaine or one of them was like,
I don't know. They were weird with how the things that they married, how they married.
So only the mom is still a Jehovah's Witness.
As far as I know, I think that she was the one that's still practicing, and maybe Reba.
Let's not do that again.
Rebe.
We'll get that together by the time.
Rebe Jackson.
Rebby.
That's what she kept saying, Rebby. It's Rebe.
It's Rebby.
Rebe.
Well, whatever. She's like, looks good.
Anyway. But yeah, Thriller, I remember when it came out because it was just like this crazy. They were like, oh, he's into demons now. And Michael Jackson. Like, because, in Thriller, he had the Walking Dead.
Let me tell you something. I have never had more nightmares. So I always talk about, this is not the first time in the podcast I've talked about moving to this country and being mesmerized by MTV.
Right. Right.
So when was Thriller? 1984?
Somewhere around there, yeah.
So we moved to this country, like, I think in 1982, 1983, I came out for, like, my dad did a job for, like, 3 or 4 months.
Right.
Came out, went back. And then we permanently moved in 1983, 1984. I don't remember the exact year. Mm-hmm. But like I said, in many episodes before, in England, we had literally 3 or 4 channels. It was BBC, BBC 2.
BBC?
Yeah, BBC, British Broadcasting.
Big Booty Crew?
Whatever.
BBC?
Big Booty Crew 2. ITV, ITV2. That's all there was. What? So when I moved to this country and my dad, I remember we had this big ass TV, like huge. Take the corner of the room and it rotate on its little base.
Right. On the
remember the base
swivel box TV. Oh, but it was big. How many of those have we had?
Yeah, and I remember we got cable and MTV. I was just obsessed with, and I remember the big deal about Thriller.
Yeah.
Coming out.
It was like a big night premiere and all that. Yeah, everybody got together.
And my little ass was like this. And I watched the whole thing and I had nightmares.
I know you did.
6 months.
Looking like baby girl in there with your eyes wide open.
It scared the motherfucking shit out of me. It really did.
And that was what he intended to do, was just create art and just do something fucking out of the box.
Little white kids?
Do stuff out of the box. Hey, little black kids were scared as shit too. You think I was?
No, you weren't, because you were like, I love Michael. Pepsi.
No, we weren't allowed to watch it because they knew that it was gonna be. They thought it was gonna be super gruesome and all that, but they knew he turned into the hearing of seeing the making of it, because they
now I go back and watch it and I'm like, it's fucking amazing.
It is, because they have a making of the video where they put all the makeup on him and transform him. So people knew at that time that
the girl Ida Ray,
and she still looks fucking beautiful. She looks the same.
She's probably the same person. I'm telling you, conspiracies. Reby.
It's not Reby. That is
Reby.
not. Somebody else said that.
Name?
I forgot, but she is fucking gorgeous.
I
seen a picture of her. Yeah, we should go live soon. But I seen a picture of her, like how she looks now, and she looks the fucking same. She has no wrinkles, nothing. Beautiful, stunning. I could not believe it. I was just like, wow.
This is about Janet. This is not about Michael. We could do a whole fucking episode about Michael.
We'll come back to Michael.
We will.
I see how that could make her feel like she didn't know what to do, because she loved Michael. You know what I'm saying? She had a serious bond. Him being two above her. You know what I mean? They were still kind of close in age and stuff.
And she didn't really touch on it, but I would imagine, like, because at that point, if you remember Thriller, that's when he started to change, like, his skin.
Yeah, all that.
He had all the plastic surgery.
Yep.
And we've said it before, like, Michael was fine.
He was
in the 70s. Like, we don't understand why he did
all that.
He did to his face. It's obviously.
But I think it goes back to the same thing with he had body issues too.
Correct.
And I think that when I think about it too, with his teasing of her, is just to make himself feel better, feel good too.
No, but I remember,
because he was always thin. He never picked up any kind of weight.
How siblings are. And that's what she said, and I agree with her. Like,
move on to number 4 about her father.
Yeah, Joseph, Big Joe,
Joe Jackson.
Joey.
First of all, that's so weird shit to me when I first heard them calling him Joe. I'm like, who the fuck is Joe? Like, it took me a minute when I watched the Jackson.
You thought they were talking about your brother?
I was like, who the fuck is Joe? But anyway, they talked, her dad, I think that he came from a genuine place. I think it was just, he saw the struggle from where he came from, working in the steel mines and working all day, every day. Like, that's hard shit. I heard that was one of the hardest jobs, is working in those mines, those coal mines.
Oh, there's books,
the steel, all that shit. The railroads.
English history, like the coal mines. It's like crazy. You go miles underground. But beyond that, Joe Jackson has an awful reputation.
Yeah.
Like, his reputation is, we've all heard it, is like, he beat the fuck out of his kids. Like, he did.
But I think he did that only because, shit, I feel like somebody said my uncles and stuff, they feel like they got the shit beat out of them too. But I think that was just the era of growing up. Like, you had to put that hardcore into them.
It's not only that. I think there's like a lot of different variables to it. Like, number one, like, this was like the 60s when he had his first kids, and like, he's just learning.
Late 50s.
So he just knows what.
Mid 50s.
So his parents are from the 30s. So who knows what was.
They're early 50s.
So who knows what was done to him? But at the end of the day, Janet said they've all like stuck up for him and said, it was rough.
It was rough.
But if he hadn't done what he had done, then we wouldn't be where we are.
Right.
But one thing that really stuck out to me, and it was like the first 20 minutes of the documentary, was they were talking about Joseph and the Jackson 5. They were doing an interview. It wasn't with Barbara Walters, but it was like a Barbara Walters type bitch.
Yeah.
And she straight up said, "Oh, when they get out of line, do you whoop them?" Like, he like diverted the question, but like, for me, I was like, "Oh my God, this first of all, would you fucking say that to a white man?"
Right.
Like, the fact that she said that, like, I was like, that was probably a number one shocker in this top 10 list. It was like the way, and I think it was kind of glossed over a little bit. Like, that's not okay.
I think that the reason why she asked that is because there was rumors of stuff that, he would discipline them on the road and stuff like that.
No, but that was way too early. Like, if it was in the 80s, I would get it.
Yeah.
But it was like
way early in the 60s, beginning of it,
70s with the Jackson 5. Like,
think about it. It was Ike and Tina era too, where Tina was getting her ass beat on the stage and shit.
Yeah, but nobody ever did an interview to Ike and was like, "Oh, do you fucking beat Tina's
because
ass?"
They thought they would get their ass beat if they asked the wrong question.
But she had the nerve. it was just so amazing to me that you could ask like
somebody
that question. Like,
but see, back then CPS wasn't a thing. You feel me?
No, it's not about CPS.
No, it's just the whole thing of like when they ask.
You would never ask the Partridge Family.
Yeah, if they whoop their damn kids.
They whoop their damn kids, but you get Joe Jackson, and I just felt a certain type of way when I heard that. I was like, wow. That's how I felt. Like,
I get
it,
yeah. I'd be thinking that same thing.
You didn't ask like Jim Brady.
Right.
Whatever the fuck his name was. Here's a story.
I was about to say
Brady.
But I do like the fact that she said that they wouldn't have been successful without their dad. Like, I like that she acknowledged that. Yeah, he was tough. He was rough. And, we had to...
saying it. Yeah, we got our ass whooped.
We got our ass beat.
Didn't we all?
But didn't we all? But look where we're at now. We're successful. Nobody's in jail. Blah, blah, blah. We may be
I think that the Randy Jackson, they were talking to each other on the film, and he said, like, everyone around us, they're either in jail or dead. Right. We're not.
Especially from Gary, Indiana, back in that era, it was bad. There was a lot of poverty, and there was a lot of crime and all kinds of stuff going on.
I mean, he saw his kids had a talent.
Yes.
And maybe they didn't want to practice.
Right.
They did.
Could you imagine? Yeah. They didn't want to do that. They wanted to go out and play, like they said.
It's almost comparable to, like, the Selena story, right?
Yep. That's true.
It's almost the same.
It was a little different.
But they didn't want to practice.
Yeah, well, it was a little different because that was Selena's dream, and so her dad was like, "Hey, if you want to make this shit your dream, you gotta work."
I think it was so older kid's dream, but then all the other ones trickled into it. That's why Janet said, like, I was never asked. I was just told this is what's gonna happen.
Exactly.
The one thing I do give the Jackson family credit for is, you watch all this reality TV and all these people, but if you think about it, have they ever disparaged, besides, I guess, LaToya, has anyone ever really disparaged anyone else in their family? There's always going to be one, but no one
There's
really
always one that's always sees shit all
and that's why LaToya, I was like, where was LaToya? She's not in there.
Her ass better sit down somewhere. Okay, I get it, yeah. I like that part about her talking about her dad. I kind of felt like, no, I feel
that
like
was something that was surprising to me because I was like, everyone always has the opinion, like,
oh, Joe Jackson.
Yeah, he was just like,
he was a mean one.
Yeah, he was a mean motherfucker.
He beat them poor kids. Yeah,
it beat them into submission.
Exactly,
to, do everything. But at the end of the day, they're like, and then for her to say like she fired him as a manager, it didn't really go any further than that.
I thought she said that he fired himself as a manager.
No, she fired him because she wanted independence. What I would like to know...
yeah, that's right, with the control
What I would like to know is to have an interview with the mom and why they got divorced. Because, he probably was...
Did they ever get divorced? I don't think they ever got divorced.
Well, they separated. No, they weren't together. Because he was probably playing Stick the Tip In.
He was.
So we're going to talk about how Michael's allegations affected Janet.
Yeah, basically.
So I never knew this. So, he was... So basically, Michael was endorsed by Pepsi.
Yes.
And that's how we know Pepsi was basically his downfall. He got his hair set on fire.
Yeah.
And that's
during
when
a commercial
all the plastic surgery
started. Right.
Right? Mm-hmm. So apparently Janet was offered a Coca-Cola deal, just like he was offered Pepsi. And they were about to sign the papers. And then the allegations against Michael came out. They were about to sign, and then they were like, no, thank you. Like, we don't want to be part of it. So she had a huge Coke deal.
The opposite of her brother.
Coca-Cola. I guess you should say Coca-Cola.
Coca-Cola.
Not Coke deal. She didn't have a huge...
She had a cool-ass Coke deal she was about to go on and get and hook that up. That's crazy.
And she does say...
Though? And it was probably for billions of dollars. Can you imagine?
It was probably $100 million deal.
At least. Like, bitch, we want you to dance in every fucking Coca-Cola video.
Should give us a Coca-Cola deal. We'll do it for...
over half of that.
We'll do it for $500,000 for now.
At this point, I'll do it for $100,000. I got you for $100. She needs $500,000. Yeah, that's crazy. But I think the whole family took a downfall with that when...
But she even said guilty by association.
I heard her say that, yeah. That's the truth. Because if you think about it, like, that's just like if you're That's just like the person who commits a crime and your friend's with you. Yeah, your friend's going down too. Everybody's going down. But I didn't have shit to do with it. No, but you was with him. So yeah, you're going down. That's fucked up. And I think I remember she was supposed to be in another movie too during that time. Before all of the Tyler Perry movies. Because I don't think anybody was fucking with her after.
Oh no, she did say that when he died, she was filming Why Did I Get Married Part 2. And remember that crazy ass scene?
Yes.
Why Did I Get Married Part 2?
Yes.
Where she like I guess that was all her emotions.
Mm-hmm.
Let me ask you a question. This is beyond Janet. Okay, so 2009, Michael died. Do you remember where you were when he died?
Oh,
I remember exactly where the fuck I was.
Unfortunately, yes.
So 2009, I remember being in a class, and I remember looking at my phone. It was like, you have to do these classes for work.
Right.
And you're like, da-da-da. And I was like, oh my God, Farrah Fawcett just died.
Oh, yeah.
Because we knew she was about to die.
Right.
And we're like, oh, Farrah Fawcett died. And then...
boom.
It all came in. Michael died. I was like...
Yeah.
And I remember being in the class. I don't even know if they died the same day. I felt like they did. Because I
thought it might have been
I was
the
like,
day.
oh, Farrah Fawcett died. Oh, everybody. And then when Michael died, I was like, Michael Jackson died! No! Like, it was like a whole different thing. I think Farrah Fawcett's death got overshadowed by his, which is probably what she wanted.
It did. Her fucking hair is amazing. Tara, you need to wear your hair like that.
I have. I was like that today, and then
it was.
We had the little
it really was, guys.
It was. They died the same day, so I remember it coming in my phone.
I remember that because you know how they do it in threes. I think it was early in the morning we heard about Farrah, and then in the afternoon.
But we knew that was gonna happen because there was this whole thing with Bionic Man, whatever his name was.
Yeah.
And like they loved each other.
Yeah.
And so it was like that was expected. And so we're like, oh, Farrah, and then
Michael died. Yeah. It was like, what?
Yeah, it was crazy. Mm-hmm. So when he had the allegations, she said that she wanted to support him.
Right.
She came to his house and they wanted to do the Scream video.
Oh my gosh. Which was one of the...
Wasn't it dope?
Okay, no.
Oh, I thought it was dope.
First of all, for how much they fucking paid for that video.
But you didn't know that at the time.
No. Outrageous. I was just like... I knew at that time that they paid fucking billions of dollars, millions of dollars for that. And the reason why is because they were both superstars, mega superstars. Right. No, at that time, music videos were at their highest. Mm-hmm. And that was what their biggest thing was, like, oh, how much we spent on this music video for so-and-so. So I knew it was going to be crazy. And then I thought it was bullshit. I think they could have done so much better with that. It was just them, black and white, like that was, and they looked fucking crazy. They paid all that makeup for the hair and makeup and shit for what? You could have did that at home and looked crazy. You could have saved yourself so much more money. I don't know. That's just...
I enjoyed that song and video. Quit looking at me.
I liked this song, but I just thought the video was like bullshit. When I really saw the video, I was just like, for real? They were like, oh, Michael Jackson, Janet Jackson, their Scream video is going to be outrageous. They really pumped it up.
The point was like, she thought it was going to like bring us back together because my first thing was in Vegas when I was in 7. And, me and Michael, and it just wasn't what she expected it to be.
Yeah, it wasn't.
And it made her
sad. Wasn't what we expected it to. Well, I'm speaking for Miss Lou. Eyelash flick. It wasn't what I expected. But, I appreciate the art.
All right, number 2, which I think is appropriate because we all have 2 nipples.
Not the nipple thing! Oh, Lord.
Nipplegate. We all have 2 of them.
Nipplegate.
Well, most of us do. But I digress. Nipplegate.
All right. So my whole question about that, which I feel like still was unanswered about that, was it part of the gig?
So, as I understand it, it was always intended that he was going to rip a piece of her costume out.
Right?
But I guess when it happened, he ripped like the whole bra.
Oh.
But I think why people, because I remember, and I've said this before, I have lived through so many Super Bowls. I am the Super Bowl hot wing cooking queen.
She sure the fuck is, and hooks the shit up.
Super Bowl, like Super
I will
Bowl
be here.
comes,
I think
I'll be cooking.
We'll find out.
But I usually finish cooking around halftime, and then or maybe by third quarter, I'm done cooking. Everybody eats.
Right.
This particular Super Bowl, I remember I saw it for my own fucking eyes. Like, I just sat, like, I had been done cooking. I'd done with my hot wings. I remember, like, oh, Janet's up there. I was talking. I looked up, and I saw the nipple. But
it was it the earring nipple?
Yeah, but she had this, like, weird nipple ring on there. It wasn't, like, a nipple ring, like the little, like, stud. It was, like, a whole, like, fucking...
Like a hoop.
It wasn't a hoop. It was, like, a whole... Like, I can't even explain
Like
it. I've never
I
seen
thought it was
before.
a pasty. The what
It wasn't
like.
a pasty. It was like a ring, but it was like, let's just say a lion face. Like, it was like a whole fucking thing.
Yeah, got it.
But
Okay.
then she had a big, like, areola around that.
So
And
hard.
I don't think that it was done on purpose.
Yeah.
And they were like, oh, it was done on purpose because she had that. I was like, nah, it's like she probably just had that.
But I
'cause
think
she's
she
a
always
freaky
had that
deek.
because
She's a freaky dick.
Yeah, because in the Red Velvet there was a couple
exactly.
in the Red Velvet
Exactly.
cover, she's had some sheer outfits on. You can
And
see
I'm
that she has
pretty
a
damn sure
piercing
if
there.
I was famous and I was in the Super Bowl and Justin pulled my nipple out, they'd be like, well, fuck it, it's a little pink nipple. But because
Exactly.
it was a black nipple.
Right. They wanted to cancel her.
But they didn't just cancel her. Like, so basically, her and Justin, so were invited to the Grammys. She got her invitation taken away.
Yeah.
She had just put out her, so I guess her middle name is, remember the album Demita Joe?
You know what? Yeah.
No one remembers it because that was the next album she put out.
No, I remember the album, but there was not too many songs on there that I relate.
You know why? Because they wouldn't let it have
Give
any
it
radio
airplay.
play. CBS like took her down. Like, basically, so I guess
true, I
remember like
remember
a
that.
year ago when Justin Timberlake was gonna go back to Super Bowl and he invited her and they were like, well, why does like Janet have to take the aftermath of your shit? And
When
he was
you're
like,
the one
well,
that ripped the damn bra off
Correct.
too far.
Correct. Which understandably be a mistake, right? Like, if you're in the middle of a Super Bowl show and I'm like right here, like,
But
I'm supposed to just pull this off, but then I accidentally like
because you're
all
doing
in
it
the
fast.
Moment. You're in the moment.
At the end of the song, you be
So she said straight up, she said, Justin contacted me, 'cause we're
Right.
good
Oh,
friends,
yeah.
and said, you know, I should put out a statement. And he was really new in his career. It was his like first individual album, the one, you know,
right after NSYNC.
Crimea River, whatever
Was
that
it
shit was.
NSYNC?
It was after NSYNC or
Okay.
whatever he did. And she was like, no, the heat's on me. I'll just take it. for
Right.
you." And that's
Because
why,
she's shit. My family's been you taking the heat.
and that's why I fucking love Janet.
Yeah, I
And that's why
love
it's
that
like,
too.
oh, okay, you're gonna give him heat after, like, but she always said,
Yeah, because
no.
I'm like, how come he didn't get the flack and
She
stuff?
told him not to. She said just.
But even
Well,
even the media still didn't go after him. They could have
She
went
didn't
after.
have control of the Grammys.
Yeah.
So I think that probably the stand-up-ish thing he should have done was probably not go to the Grammys.
Exactly.
Or in hindsight, like, we can always say what we could do in hindsight, right?
Justin, you let me down. But we're moving on from
Janet
that.
forgave you. He annoys me now. I don't even fucking like him now,
I
but
stopped
whatever.
listening to his music actually after that because of the simple fact that I felt like he should have stepped up. Even though she was, man enough or woman enough to take the heat and be like, fuck it, just add it to one of my family's fuck ups or whatever. But I think that they should have, the media, everybody who was trying to crucify her for that, should have looked deeper into that. Like, hey,
But
come
they
on.
insulted her.
It was
I feel like
they
insulted
did.
her by inviting her back to
Come on.
another Super Bowl.
And then the other,
after you like blackballed her,
thank you.
wouldn't play her album. You know, she's making her coins and doing all this, but she could be worth way much more.
She
Describe
just got inducted into the Hall of Fame. And it was only because I believe my guy from The Roots, he put up the
oh yeah, I remember that.
the
Questlove.
petition
Questlove.
because of the simple fact, like, and it was only because of the situation. It was only because of that. And
No,
people wanted to
he
use
actually
that.
said that he asked to be on the committee because of the bullshit.
Exactly. I love Questlove. I watched his Finding My Roots, and he's fucking amazing. Yeah, I love Janet, and I just feel like she was just so... Well, she got her dues because she demanded it, but there was some stuff that I felt like they just did her dirty on. But yeah, moving on to that. So number one?
I don't think that's really number one. I just feel like that's something that should be
for a family, but she was talking about her final moments with Michael. They feel so estranged, and apparently they had some anniversary party for their parents, and they were just. What I found funny about what she said is, like, they were just sitting next to each other at the table, and he had this like deep laughter, like, and I was like, well, didn't he have this? Didn't Michael talk like this
all the time?
But for her to say, like, oh, he had this like deep laughter,
deep.
And what she said was, at the end of the day, like, it just feels unbelievable to me that he died. Was that we had those final moments where we weren't mad at each other.
Yeah, and
it
getting on each other's nerves type thing.
A good memory as our last memory.
I like that. I love the Jacksons. I think they're just so talented and so misunderstood. And I think
complex.
And complex. I think the media is what tore them apart, and then with their hard
Inquirer. That's fucking Inquirer.
Like,
So Inquirer, aka TMZ, whatever.
All of that shit. I think that's kind of what led to some of them's downfall. But then there was some weird shit going on with those Jacksons. We'll have to get deeper into that.
Which Jacksons?
I know like 2 of the brothers have the same baby mama.
Huh?
Yeah.
Wait, what?
Yeah, it's like Tito and Jermaine, or Tito and one of them. They have a common baby mama, and they have kids with them. So their kids are brother and sister / cousins. No, like, I think what happened was they were together at one time. One of them got married to someone else, and then they ended up coming into, I don't fucking know. Who knows?
Swipping and swapping? Mm-hmm. That's gross.
Not with siblings. Like, that's some bullshit. When you have kids with my siblings, why would I want to go and have kids with you too? Like, that's weird shit to me. I think that, so anyway, there's cousins with siblings. I don't know how that shit would work. That was weird to me. I thought that was kind of strange. Like, why would you do that to your brother? All my sister friends, we never had any gentlemen in common. I never liked any of the guys they like, and they never liked my husband. They were like, he's cute, but whatever. That's not my type. But the Jacksons, though, for me, I felt like we didn't even touch on the whole Jermaine Dupri thing.
Oh, let's do it.
Like, I feel like we already knew that he was fucking cheating.
Well, no, we didn't.
I did.
Well, first
because I was like, their relationship was so fucking dope. Like, you see him in the media, you see she was just like, this is a little ass dude he could put on his keychain. His hair was fucked up. She helped him out. She actually upgraded him. Yeah, she really did the Beyonce on this fool.
Like,
okay, go ahead. I'm sorry. I'm listening.
He's not very attractive.
Well, we're saying that for the simple fact that, motherfucker, you're not cute. And you're out there fucking cheating on Janet Jackson. You need to be by yourself. Yeah. You fucked up.
How dare you?
How dare you? You're out of your damn mind, Jermaine. You are not that fucking cute. I don't know who fucking told you. All those bitches that trying to get with you, it's because of your money, because they thought you was getting that Janet money. But anyway, okay.
How dare you cheat on Janet?
Yeah, you have the nerve. Anyway, that's why she didn't give it any thought or talk about it, because she was just like, really?
She did say she was like love of her life.
Yeah, because he was ugly as fuck and he treats you nice.
You can. At the end of the day, you know as well as I know that it doesn't matter how much money you have.
None of that shit matters.
You are. We're all fucking women.
All women.
And we all have our feelings. And we all go through the same fucking shit. At the end of the day, relationships are relationships. At least he went on there and said, I fucked up. Like, basically.
Yeah, he accepted the responsibility.
Like, third shot and saying, like, damn, if I could get back with him. So speaking of
you never know. Yeah.
So speaking of no, I would love to see
that. Would be beautiful. Yeah, you guys should try that.
No, I would. I would like.
I think
I would love. I feel like they're soulmates for some reason. I don't know their fucking situation. I just know what's on TMZ and the Inquirer. But I just feel in the bottom of my heart that Janet and Jermaine belong together.
Yeah. And the other part of that too about this whole documentary is I felt like I wanted to know what happened with her and Awasan. Like, I know
that's what I'm saying is like
I feel like she left that out.
Is like, why didn't she talk
about him?
I feel like it's because he was a billionaire and he will ruin her life if she talks about him.
He probably saw
he a Middle Eastern prince.
He's a fucking fine ass billionaire.
Well, he's fine.
But first, before even the prince thing, he has a coat line that's been out for over 20 something years, and it's called the Awasan clothing line.
But where did we hear that he was just like really controlling, and that like I
But
don't think
think about it.
Him
Him being a Muslim, you would expect that they're going to be a little bit more controlling.
Well, no, they did talk about how there was rumors like she was trying to cover up in this, but
There
just
was
because
no-
you're Muslim doesn't mean, just because you're Jewish, just because you're Christian doesn't mean like you have to have the whole stereotype behind it.
No,
But
that was
apparently-
no. What it was, I think of what I heard at that thing was that she wanted to continue to do her music the way she wanted her to do it. You know, being provocative, you know, sexual. She's always been like that. But I think that he didn't like that. Of
But
course,
is that
him being.
because of his?
I think it's because of his religious
Yeah.
beliefs. Yeah,
But I mean, you could say the same thing about her family,
that's
because
deep.
she said that they didn't particularly like when
Yeah.
she did the breast thing.
Yeah. Can you imagine?
So
My
there must
family
have
would've
been more
spazzed
going
out,
on,
too.
but like we'll
There's
never know.
always going to be something going on with religion
But you
and
have to
spirituality.
respect her, because obviously she has some. Because I was actually looking it up, and I don't know if this to be true, but it doesn't say that she's divorced from the billionaire yet. Like they might not be together, but
Did they ever get married? I don't think they
Yeah,
ever
they
got. Are you
yeah.
serious?
I thought they did.
Oh yeah, that's right. That's right. Because they had a prenup. They had a nice little prenup.
Well, shit for
Yeah.
him, the billionaire.
But basically, it was just like one.
So
kid.
like it doesn't say they're divorced yet. So who knows what's going on behind the scenes?
because there probably wasn't any infidelity or anything like that.
No.
It was just that.
Irreconcilable
Yeah,
differences.
I can never say that. But you know, and just because
No,
it's just
but
the
there-
differences
it's
of
like-
religion and all
I'm
that.
not sure if anything's in paper.
Yeah.
According to my research as an
Interesting.
FBI profiler that I want to be, based on our last coffee talk.
I fucking love you for that. So I think the next documentary we need to get into.
What? Well, I watched. Okay, so did you watch the Bill Cosby?
I did not. I could not find it.
This motherfucker. Did you watch the Playboy?
Allegedly.
The Playboy. No, it ain't.
Oh, the
fucking-
Playboy. I missed
No,
the
stop.
Playboy one.
Wait, let's rewind.
Okay.
Reverse.
'Cause
There's
he
no,
got
no,
set
no,
free.
no, 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 no. There's no
He's got
alleged.
set free.
Stop. Let me speak,
Okay, go ahead.
please.
I don't
Because
wanna
you
be a
said you
typical black
didn't.
girl.
You said you didn't watch it.
I didn't watch it.
So I watched that Bill Cosby shit, and I remember on our very, very first episode, number one.
Was it one or two?
Number one, I
Okay.
was like, his ass did it. I don't even have to say that anymore, because based on this, like, he fucking snitched on himself like OJ did. He fucking snitched on
If I did it,
himself.
I would
like,
do this.
Basically, like, he even talked about, like, it's just crazy. You have to watch it.
Uh,
Like, we're not even gonna
wait,
talk
what
about,
is it called?
I don't know. The Bill Cosby, fucking did it shit. I don't know what it's called. It's something. But then the other one. So the
Okay.
3 documentaries I watched in the last week or two was the
Somebody write
Janet
this down.
Jackson,
Yep.
the Bill Cosby,
Yep.
and the Playboy.
So I heard about the Playboy one.
What's even funnier is that the Bill Cosby and the Playboy are all intertwined, because he was in the fucking mansion doing that shit too. They called Quaaludes fucking thigh openers.
Wow.
That's what they were giving her. They were like, "Oh, just take this. It's a thigh
Eye opener. What's that?
A thigh opener?
Wow.
No, you.
So did you end up watching the Tinder?
Oh, I watched Tinder Swindler.
Tinder Swindler.
That was crazy.
That was crazy
So
shit.
I watched it from the beginning, and I was very judgmental, because I was like, "Why is this bitch talking about watching Beauty and the Beast?" So of course she
Right.
gets swindled. But then when I watched it further, I was like, "Oh my god,
my-
he really
he
fucking
really
did the
did,
most."
he
Like, I
did.
believe that shit.
He did it. Yep.
Yeah.
That's crazy. Yeah.
That's crazy, too.
Okay, so we'll have to talk about those next time then on our
So guys, these are the documentaries you have to watch. We just watched Janet.
bullshit.
You gotta watch Bill Cosby.
Yeah.
The
Playboy.
Secrets
Secrets
of
of
Playboy,
Playboy.
which is actually a docuseries, so it's not finished.
It's actually really good too. I heard that it's like really telling some
and
shit.
Tinder Swindler.
Tinder
Holy
Swindler.
shit. Okay, what if Idris was the Tinder Swindler? You
I'd be in
know you would have
trouble.
been on that plane.
I'd be in trouble. I'd be in trouble. I'd be like, hey, jeez. Yeah, I would be in. I'd be all in. I'd be opening all kinds of credit cards and Target cards and Walmart cards.
So many like Netflix and documentaries
All
to watch.
kinds of stuff.
We could
It's
talk about
hilarious.
so many things.
That's
So
what it is.
please like and subscribe. Like and subscribe to all major podcast platforms: Apple Podcasts, Spotify, Google Podcasts, Amazon Music, YouTube. We can't go on YouTube right now. There's a whole other story about how I lost the dog ate my plug. The dog ate my homework, and I can't charge my laptop to upload to YouTube, but I have it all. It's going to come. It was going to be uploaded today.
That's the baby mascot. Yeah, he's horrible right now. He's in the pen.
Yeah. He ate basically the plug. And I thought I could charge the laptop with another plug, and Apple was like, no, bitch,
you can't.
So anyway, it's a whole
another episode
about that. But we are still on YouTube. We're on Pandora. Subscribe and like to IG, Facebook.
Ow! iHeartRadio.
iHeartRadio ain't feeling us, and you know what? I'm not.
Oh, we're gonna get to the bottom of this.
I don't give a shit anymore.
No, we
fuck
are.
iHeart. It's about to be a fuck iHeart.
I love iHeart.
No, I love them too, but they don't love us. So,
okay, you're right.
You know, it's like a dysfunctional relationship.
Well, maybe they don't know about us yet, so we just gotta keep putting ourselves out there. You guys let iHeart know about us. You tell them we have followers and we want to be heard. Okay.
Anyways.
We love you guys. Thank you for tuning in.
Exactly.
Miss Lou.
Okay, she patient, but don't touch her gangster. She got flavor, season you with game. She can't fake, cause all she know is real. Hey,